keep my shit been going. Oh, see, no, you are not my bro. Please quit acting like you know me.
Yo, it's me, SNOOPTV. Shout out to the Snoop Troop. I said this in the last video, like towards the end. I wanted to put this in the beginning. I did find out the comment, or the person who was the first person to comment, Snoop Troop, was actually Kim Thomas. She said you need to do an outro for the Snoop Troop. I'm like, Snoop Troop, that is dope. So I'm gonna leave that comment right here, or right here, whatever way works. I'm still like finding my way around, you know, Adobe Premiere and all that. I might have to call Tri-City. But today we have here some crawfish. I'm gonna keep it a band with y'all. I watched James Mizuki's video last night. He did some. I actually like love what he's doing with his channel. Like, you know, he's in LA right now, and it's cool like to see, you know, kind of a hint of what people are gonna do, like when we go our own ways and, you know, we leave Houston or stay in Houston. But I really love what James is doing. Like the type of content he's making is like the stuff I watch on YouTube already. So like to see like, you know, my friend like doing that is like really inspired me, you know, and I love it. But yeah, he did some crawfish and I'm like, oh, that looks so tasty and delicious. I'm gonna have to go ahead and grab me some. So here we are today. I got 2 pounds of crawfish. I haven't had crawfish in so long either. Like every time we go, I always, you know, getting me some crawfish. But today I got some. I kind of want to do a Q&A as well. And then kind of, I know people are, you know, want to know about the whole, the COVID stuff. So I'll talk about that a little bit too. This water's so delicious. Let's go ahead and get ready with them now. Thank you, Lord, for this food we are about to receive. Please keep everyone safe from COVID and get healthy, you know, when possible. Thank you, amen. Still working on, you know, feeling better and stuff like that. I actually feel pretty good. I feel pretty great. I know Rob is getting over a cough, and, you know, we're still waiting to hear on, you know, Dalvin, but, man, that's so good. I love, man, Dalvin is, I've learned so much from like this situation, because I'm not saying it was drama, but this is like our first YouTube drama, and seeing like how, you know, everyone handles it is like really interesting. You know, we're new to these streets, and you let so much stuff worry you. Even like a lot of subscribers, you know, they tell us like, you know, I like to think of myself as an optimistic person and stuff like that, but I've gotten, you know, talked to by a few people like, you know, just think positive. And I'm like, man, I always think like I'm positive and I think on the bright side, but I found myself like feeding into like a lot of the negativity. But like a lot of you guys, you know, have told me, you know, just keep, you know, think positive and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. So even if, you know, you're someone who thinks positive, looks on the bright side, like I know like a lot of the situation has taken a toll on me, and just like mentally and stuff. But you know, you got people in your corner, you got people rooting for you and all that, you know. It's the best. Like, man, Dalvin, like he knew me and Rob can't go anywhere because we're quarantining. You know, he's you know, sick in a hospital bed, still looking out. He had someone bring us groceries, because, you know, we can't leave, and nothing to eat and all that. So like, man, he's still looking out, you know, in times where, you know, he has other things to worry about. And like, it really just goes to show like the type of person he is. Which, me and Rob like, that's a good dude. And I really wish him a speedy recovery. I was thinking about throwing him a party when he gets home. But then, you know, you don't want to get back from the hospital. You're probably all tired and stuff, and you probably just want to relax. So, but I feel like it'd be a good idea. Let me know if you'd come. But yeah, shout out to Zaddy Chunk Chunk. These are delicious, man. Shout out to James for giving me this idea. And if you don't follow any of us, follow my Instagram. The link will be below. Like, subscribe, share. And if you don't follow me, you can go ahead and do that too. Everybody in the ZCC house they're in my links, channels. Follow, subscribe to them. Yeah, eat the claws. Sometimes with these bigger ones, you gotta eat these claws. Our quarantine is up though. Quarantine ended, yesterday? So that was good. Even though I had a negative test, I decided to, keep the quarantine. They say 10 days from first sign of symptoms. Excuse me. So we can be out and about. I know, James is still playing it safe and he's gonna wait a few days. I think he's supposed to come home today. Yeah, but he's gonna wait it out, which you should. I would. But yeah, this is definitely an experience. I really can't wait to be back as a group, because man, we haven't filmed or shot for Dalvin's channel in about a month. Everybody was either gone, or I was in Wisconsin, Dalvin was in Memphis, James in LA, in the hospital. So it's just been me and Rob here, thugging it out. This one had the most flavor I've ever had in my life. But I thought I should do a Q&A today, maybe next Q&A, I'll actually post something on my Instagram for people to, specifically ask. But I got this little template I thought would be, I don't think I've really talked a lot about, myself, or, what type of person I am and things like that. So first question we got here is, what is your favorite TV show? Honestly, I haven't really watched much TV as of lately, maybe the past year or so. I think maybe I did in a lot of quarantine, but not juicy. But and this is from LA Crawfish, but TV shows. My favorite, I'm probably gonna have to go ahead and say Game of Thrones though. It was one of them shows, I saw my brother watching it and I made fun of him, you watching this show with dragons? And then it's just always on, and I just start watching it. I'm like, oh, this is a great show. Well, that's over. I really like You on Netflix with Joe. I really like how Joe is a terrible person. He's just a terrible person. He's stalking, he's killing people. But the writers make you like him for some reason. I'm like, why do I like this evil man? This is horrible. It's such a good show. So well written. Ooh, potato. Some shows in the past I really liked, How to Get Away with Murder. I liked Scandal, Breaking Bad. I watched Empire for a little bit, and I got kind of too soap opera-y, and I felt like they tried to be too hip all the time. Yeah. Favorite TV show? Oh, what's the one with the meth? Where the guy was cooking meth all the time? Breaking Bad. Yeah. That was one of my favorite shows. I watched The Walking Dead for a little bit too, but right now, I think the only show on Ozarks. I'm waiting for Ozarks to come back because I really like that show. But favorite, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say Game of Thrones, even though it ended so horribly. If you ever watched Game of Thrones, man, it ended so bad, but 7 seasons of glorious writing, glorious visuals. Man, it was the best. What is your favorite place you ever traveled? I'm gonna have to go ahead and say PCB, Florida. When I was about 21, me, Rob, my older brother Mike, Brandon Houston, Sed, and Dakota. We all went to PCB for like a spring break, and man, that was a good time. It was probably my longest vacation because I take a lot of like trips. Like, you know, let's say you go to Chicago for the weekend, or you go to what do you mean, Alex? Go LA. Like sometimes it's overwhelming. Like you just you want to do so much that you're not just super tired. But this time we stayed for a week. So if you go on vacation, you need to stay for a week or something. That way you're not rushed and all that. But we man, it was like MTV, like girls doing all that now with the beat, and it was crazy. I'm like in awe of like what's going on here. Like very collegey, very, you know, drinking all the time. We just having a blast, like throwing parties in the elevators, going up and down, and it was, man, that was such a blast. And that's PCB, Florida. I don't even know if they still get down like that for spring break. I know I heard South Padres like that too. Now, what are your current hobbies? I'm actually looking for a new hobby. Because right now I do like, I'm learning how to code. So I guess that's kind of what I do on the side. I'm learning like a lot with the editing game, because even before, like even if I'm not doing like YouTube, I like the whole editing part of it. I like filming, because if you look through my phone, I've been recording people and recording everything for the longest. So it's something like I actually enjoy doing, and like to be able to, because I know like the way the world is going, like everyone, it's cool to put yourself like out there on YouTube and stuff. And if I have the talent to like take the best picture, or you know, record the best video, and know how to hit the angles, the lighting, and know how to edit it properly, I feel like that, you know, this is a cool thing to know. Some of my hobbies, like back home, I would like play the keyboard and stuff like that. And you know, run, obviously. Oh yeah, I went on a run the other day, the day before yesterday. My legs are killing me. And it was just 1 mile. You know, before my injury, I was running, you know, I think the least amount of miles I've run is 3. And then I typically run about 8 miles every time I run. Because there's like a stretch that I do, like a little trail I do back in Wisconsin. So, that's what I would do. So, 1 mile, I was like, wow, my legs are still killing me after 1 mile. But I really feel like I'm really like happy and like excited about it, because, you know, I had my injury to my Achilles, and like I was cruising. I didn't have like a single ounce of pain. Like I'm like, man, because with this injury, I was kind of like thinking like, man, I'm still in my 20s, and I won't be able to go run around with my kids and stuff. I mean, I don't have any kids, but I won't be able to go run around with my kids and stuff like that. And because I injured myself, you know, young. But now I'm like, man, I'll be able to do it again, you know? Like I'm getting better, and it's very exciting, because I didn't get surgery. You know, this American healthcare system sucks, so. So I just kind of rehab myself watching YouTube videos and stuff like that. But yeah, running is definitely one of my favorite hobbies. What's habits you wish you didn't have? What do you look for in a friend? That one's first. Honestly, there's someone who's genuine. I don't really look for friends, to be honest. But if I do, like, it's not, I mean, like looking for friends, but I'm open to like having new friends. Just someone who's genuine, you know, or just keeps it real. Like, you know, you can tell what type of person someone is, like me, so I hold them to that standard, you know? And like, how could you do this to me? And it's like, well, I've known this person forever, and I know that that's something you would do. I'd be foolish to, you know, think that you wouldn't do that. I know you do that. And so I'm not going to be offended by something I know that you do. But I feel like I get along with people pretty easy. If anything, I'm the person people don't like, because I'm pretty much myself. Wherever I go, like, I feel like I'm always just me. That's just Snoop, you know. Oh, I haven't drank so much water in my life, but it's so good too. I could use like a splash of lemon or something. Natural spring water. I noticed that when I went back to Wisconsin, like the water was tasting funny. I'm like, is Texas water better, or am I just used to, I don't know. What habits do you wish you didn't have? I wish I took things more serious, or like was able to see like other people's side of like situations. Just because I know I don't take life too serious, and like I have like a thing where I say, you know, there are things that matter and things that don't matter. You know, if like you're at work and you leave because your kid broke your arm, you're gonna realize this job don't matter. You know, I'm gonna leave because my kid's life matter. You know, so but other people, you know, they take like smaller things more serious, which doesn't register in my brain. I'm like, that's it's stupid. But if I can like understand other people better and not like minimize their, you know, their problems and stuff like that. Like I remember in high school they had a thing called Challenge Day, and they even had us on MTV and stuff like that. But like they came and talked to me, pulled me to the side, and said I need to start taking this more serious and yada yada yada. But I was like upset. Like I'm at home with like no power at home, but I was just happy that, you know, I still got my family, and like we all eat dinner together, and I guess just looking on the bright side, and somebody else is crying because people think all Jewish people have money or something like that. And I get it, that's her problem, and I was just like kind of like thinking like that's a lovely problem to have, girl. I ain't even got lights at home, but here I am still happy about, you know, certain things. And, you know, people mad about their parents getting divorced or something. I don't know because I never grew up with two parents. But I'm like, that's not a big deal, but you know, it is to them. So I wish like I was able to like empathize with people more on their situations. I think that's probably one of my toxic traits. It's just like being too willy-nilly with other people's feelings. What are you passionate about? Family. Like, I got a few triggers. I was talking about this with somebody yesterday. A few triggers. One is like racism. I like that'll get me going. Especially being from, you know, Wisconsin. You gotta deal with that stuff. And yeah. We gonna talk for a minute. And then family, like, it's kind of cliche too, but it's not, because it's, you know, it's family. But once you, you know, people say like, oh, you can say anything about me, just don't say something about, you know, whoever. You know, I'm like that same way. I'm not worried about you saying anything about me. I just start talking about family and stuff like that. No, that's one of my biggest passions, I guess, I would say. Is there a book that has changed your life? Yes, The Seat of the Soul. I know Rob talked about this in one of his things, but that's my favorite book. Really gave me like a different outlook on life. So I read The Art of War, 48 Laws of Power, and I just did not like those books. I know a lot of people say that those are must-reads, but to me it was kind of like telling you to be grimy to get ahead and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's really not how I want to live my life. And it's like in The Art of War, let me give you an example. It's like, fight with honor, but then it's like, oh, when your opponent's not looking, start a fire in its camp, like. But then in the next sentence, it would say, never fight dirty. I'm like, it was just weird. I didn't get it. But The Seat of the Soul kind of like tells you to like look within yourself It talks a lot about karma, like who you are, your higher self, how you can reach that, whether through meditation and consciousness and all that. And I had to read it. It was one of them I had to, like, I was very interested. I had to keep rereading it because I didn't understand. And then, like, once you, like, reread it, and it really, like, opens your eyes. It's called The Seed of the Soul by, what, Gary Zukov, I think? Favorite book of all time. And that book definitely changed my life. Do you have a hidden talent? I can ride a unicycle. Does that count? No, that's hidden. That's a talent. Still learning how to juggle though. Going full clown. Full clown on the guys. Yeah, it's. Can't wait for like maybe like a few months down the road. I feel like my personality on camera is gonna be like so like who I am in real life, like just silly. You guys just stay tuned. Describe your perfect day. Nah, I won't do that one. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? Have you ever seen that movie Jumper, where you can teleport? That would be my favorite superpower. I just want to jump from place to place. You know, I feel like that would be really cool. What makes you laugh the hardest? I guess it wouldn't be a specific thing, but nothing makes me laugh harder than just like when you're with friends and y'all just BSing around and somebody cracks a joke. Like, I get the hardest belly laughs when it's something like that versus, you know, watching like a comedy show or something. Who has influenced your life the most? My older brother Mike has definitely. I mean, even since I was a kid, like he'd be the Green Power Ranger, and I'd be like, oh, me too. I remember he wanted to be a firefighter, and I'm like, oh, me too. And then he started playing basketball, and I'm like, oh, me too. And just like the way he is as a person, he's somebody I can ask for anything. You know, and he's not batting an eye. Like I can ask him for money. I still owe him $150, and you know, he haven't like said. And this has been about a month, and he hasn't said anything. I mean, I had to do like a lot of traveling, so I had to spend a lot of money, but he hasn't said anything. Like he's not sweating me about, you know, the money. He knows he's gonna get it. Like he's even asked me if I need some more. You know, and. Very good basketball player. Very, you know, the women love him. You know, he knows a lot about like life and women and stuff like that. So just like the way he deals with people, the way he moves about life, definitely has influenced me my whole life. I'll have them all one day. What is your dream job? To be a YouTuber. Actually, I think I always wanted to be like more in the background. But now I think about it, it's kind of just because like maybe you're afraid to be on camera, and now like that's gone now. Here I am, sucking down crawfish. So, I mean, I'd really like to have like a project, whether it was like a TV show, movie, or something like that, just to be able to get your vision out there, you know? And probably in the next few months, I will start like a second channel to get my vision out there. I know me and Rob got some stuff we want to work on too, but it's kind of like when we're going our own ways, it's like how do we keep it, you know? How do we keep it going? So now we decided to, you know, if we're doing something, we have to make it timeless. So you know, we can't do like current events, you know, unless I end up moving to LA or something. But realistically, I want to go. I don't know if he's talked about this, but I know he wants to go to Bali. I'm like, I want to go too, to be honest. I want to leave the country. Be gone for a while. What is your dream job? My dream, oh, I already said that. What movie could you watch over and over? Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, hands down, or Undercover Brother, my favorite movie. Caucasian Overload. Undercover Brother, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, easily. What is your Enneagram? I don't know what that is. How many places have you lived? I've lived in Cleveland, Toledo, Appleton, Neenah, Manassas, Houston. Yeah, those places. Appleton, Neenah, Manassas is basically, it's the Fox Valley. It's basically all one big city. What, you know. What was the best concert you've been to? Probably my favorite one, I saw Kendrick Lamar when he came to Toledo, and this is before, you know, this is before Swimming Pools came out. But I knew who he was because my brother kept listening to his album. But he came to Toledo. It was like a very, like, is intimate the right word? Show. And it was dope. It was very dope. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's a good question. I'll probably have kids and maybe can't even say it. Married. Yeah, maybe married. Well, actually, that depends on if, you know, me and Alex work out, because then I have to start over, you know, with someone else. So maybe that won't be so. I don't know. What's your favorite food? Oh, this crawfish was hitting. We don't get crawfish like this up north. But definitely seafood. I've always been seafood. Always loved seafood. So crab legs, lobster. I feel like it's cliche, but it's so delicious. And this is number 20. What is your most treasured personal item? I have a bag of confetti that I caught when the Cleveland Cavaliers won the 2016 NBA championship, coming down, trailing 3-1 to a 73-9 Wizards team. So I remember somebody in my comments was talking about, or not Wizards, sorry, Golden State Warriors. Go Warriors, go Warriors, go Cleveland. So I got that confetti and I just love it. It just reminds me, anytime I'm feeling sad, I turn on the highlights of 2016 Cavs comeback. Truly inspirational. It brings a tear to my eye. I just enjoy it. Well, next Q&A I do, I will have I'll do a list on Instagram so we can get like less cliche questions. But alright, y'all, smash this food. And yeah, this is delicious. Until next time, Snoop TV is.
Oh, keep my shit been going. Oh, see, no, you are not my bro. Please quit acting like you know me.